Some breaking news on today's Cowboys mailbag, thanks to our sponsor, Manscaped. They have launched, a beard grooming kit. The Beard Hedger was designed with a unique cutting angle to have its built-in comb lift flat-lying hairs for smoother single-stroke trimming. We'll tell you more about the beard groomer. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys gets you 20% off. A lot of super chats on today's mailbag. First up from Gamer Mode. Okay, this offseason Cowboys need receiver help. If the Chiefs don't sign JuJu, maybe Cowboys go get him. Need something to make a splash. We need something to help. JuJu did almost go for 1,000 yards this year. I think under the radar because he only had 3 scores. More of a PPR year for him. I need speed at wide receiver. I honestly have enough guys that are, they're decent-ish route runners, but they don't have the speed. That's what I need from this Cowboys team. And JuJu Smith-Schuster doesn't really bring you the top-end speed that I would like nothing more to get here. First of a couple super thanks. We'll give the overall shout out here in a moment. But Jay Smooth at a $5 one says, I love your YouTube channel. I watch it every day. Ahead of the list 3, Jeremy. We got the other shout outs we'll give here. But Jay Smooth, thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. As promised, we will give you guys shout outs. Shane Amick and Max both had comments that were more geared for the last game, and that didn't go very well. But I do want to give them some love. So Shane, Max, and Jay, thank you all. And be like Jay Smooth, folks. Subscribe to us here at the Cowboys Report. Free videos every single day, all off-season long. I know it's another, maybe they'll do something off-season or not, but we have you guys covered. Hit that sub button right now. $2 super chat from Brian Salazar. Pick up Lamar Jackson in free agency. So first off, you're not going to get Lamar Jackson in free agency. That's not something you're going to be able to get. He is going to be tagged. You would have to trade for Lamar in that capacity. And let's just pretend for a second that the contracts work. They don't actually work from a money perspective. You actually got to pay Lamar more than what you're paying Dak, and you're eating Dak. But just pretend it does. And we have some graphics here that I want to go to here too, Jugs. The problem we have is that you haven't won the games that matter in the playoffs. Your quarterback, the last 2 times in particular, against the Niners, hasn't played well enough. Here are the playoff stats. It's a small sample size, I know, but we're already playing that game here. Dak is more accurate, more total yards. Total yards matter. Lamar's better on the ground, sure, no doubt about it. I think everyone with eyes has that in mind. The adjusted yards per attempt is wildly in favor of Dak. 15 touchdowns, 5 turnovers against 4 touchdowns, 7 turnovers. That's not good for Lamar. Now, I preface it by saying, I love Lamar. I think he's awesome. If I were the Ravens, I would have paid him because I think he's a really good quarterback. But the idea that that's going to fix it kind of feels like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other to me. So would you trade Dak and a first Lamar? I would not, but hey, we're in the safe space time frame here to comment whatever you want. T for trade, P for pass. It's the pinned comment. So if the ad break comes on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let us know. From Juan Sanchez, the Niners going to blow the Eagles out. Hurts played a good run defense all year. Take his running away, and he's a mediocre passing QB. I'll say this, although I am heartbroken we did not get the Dak versus Hurts first game of the year we deserved. Eagles and Niners are the 2 best teams in the NFC. I think they've been that way pretty much all year. Nick McClain, Eagles fans are just Cowboys fans in disguise. That's a shot at Jeremy, and I don't disagree, frankly. Elmatic 7, Philly added A.J. Brown. Niners added McCaffrey. Dallas subtracted Amari Cooper and added James Washington. Did we lose? I mean, yeah. Again, the thing we were worried about was you didn't try to get better. And in an open NFC, a couple players here could have helped you out. Now, if your quarterback had played well, it's a different conversation, of course, altogether. But you didn't do anything. It's kind of the shocked Pikachu face of you got worse on offense, talent-wise, on purpose, and then they kind of played like it. Insert the emoji here. You got what you paid for there in the end. Some more news here on the Cowboys, but again, the new product from Manscaped. All you bearded gentlemen like myself, they've launched a beard grooming kit. If you're tired of using multiple products to maintain your beard, look no further than the luxury Beard Hedger Pro Kit from Manscaped. This complete beard maintenance kit has everything you need for the modern man on the go, from trimming to treatment. The kit has it all. It's got the beard hedger, the AC adapter and USB-C cable, beard shampoo, beard conditioner, beard oil, beard balm, and a travel bag that makes things oh so useful. Plus, as a special bonus, you'll also receive a free beard accessory pack with a beard brush, beard comb, and beard scissors. The beard hedger was designed with a unique cutting angle to have its built-in comb lift flat-lying hairs for a smooth single-stroke trimming. And remember, folks, when you use promo code COWBOYS at manscaped.com, you get 20% off and free shipping on the beard hedger kit and everything else on their site. Links in the comments section and the description. It's promo code COWBOYS over at manscaped.com, taking care of now all your trimming needs from up here to down there. Another super chat, Samuel Rowe, a.k.a. Professor O. Trade Dak to Eagles as payback. Also, Bill Burr was right. I think that the Eagles now have two quarterbacks who are really good, which doesn't really make any sense and bad for Dallas. And that's not, I don't know how that helps the Cowboys. That doesn't seem like a very good idea. From Yika, our Ravens-Cowboys fan. Can't believe I'm saying this. He'd rather have the Eagles against the Niners. Niners have enough Super Bowls. Thank you, Tom, for your coverage this season. I think in the end we're cheering for the AFC winner, right? Chiefs or Bengals? Everything else just hurts. Nick McLean, Eagles being respectful. That's not in their vocab. This was again directed at producer Jeremy. Luke Heaton, this next draft is deep at quarterback. Should be picking up in the third to fourth and if he sits out a year. It's not deep at quarterback. I don't think this is a good quarterback class at all, frankly. Some of your higher upside options like, Bo Nix and Spencer Rattler, as weird that is to say out loud, they all went back to school. It's not like, is Jake Haener, Hendon Hooker gonna be your solution? Tanner McKee, who's Davis Mills 2.0. Like, if you want to take someone on day 3, sure, I'm always fine with that. But I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you're finding necessarily your franchise guy. You've gotten lucky, make no mistake. You can always get lucky. That's why you gamble on day 3. But I don't think this is a deep quarterback class, to be honest. I think it's frankly pretty thin overall. Corey Firm. Can you spin out Turpin is great until the 50-yard line. He goes to the signs we score. Love Wilson, that holding screwed us. That one hurt. Again, I'm not blaming the defense. They more than did their job. I thought they played great in the playoffs this year. Offense and QB did not do enough for you in the end. As for Turpin, yeah, if he goes right, he scores. I don't know why he ran north. If he had cut it out, I think he scores. Just a missed opportunity, plain and simple. Nick McLean, I go Niners over Eagles. Purdy's better than Hurts. I don't think he is. I've been very impressed with Purdy. I think Hurts is better. It's just my opinion. Geo Justice 10, a $20 super. Thank you, Geo. I appreciate that. And Will Marshall, how close is the window for Zack Martin to get a ring to being closed? Report that he was very uncharacteristically upset for this one. Zack Martin's 32, guys. He's old. I think he knew this was a really good shot, and they did not get it done, and that's heartbreaking for a lot of players on that team. I think if we're being honest, maybe 3 years max for him. The overall franchise window is, of course, different, but he's up there in age. He's not young anymore, and frankly, he's still great. He wasn't as good as he was in his absolute best. Still a great player, though. Kristen Brown, Zeke and Kellen should not be a part of this franchise's future. That final play proved it. I actually don't care about the final play. That has gotten way more attention than what it should have. It did not matter. You're trying to make a miracle play. Do some weird stuff. What the mess up was Dalton Schultz not getting his foot in bounds instead of a Hail Mary throw. You're getting creative. I don't care about that. It didn't work at all, but your problems were way earlier in that game. Pollard RB1, new OC, new scheme for 2023. Just a little bit worried your new OC is Brian Schottenheimer or Doug Nussmeier. He's not under contract, by the way. Not sure it works out. Jacob DeMamp. Trade for Stefon Diggs. There it is. It's back, just like it was last year, weirdly. Stefon Diggs was very mad at Josh Allen, who, by the way, didn't play well this year. Dead serious. There, of course, more physical talent with Allen. There's some Spider-Man meme pointing with Dak and Allen with a lot of turnovers this year. and neither played well, and it's the reason why their teams lost. Diggs was clearly mad at Josh Allen. He kind of stormed out of the locker room after the game ended, but I doubt a trade happens. Like, the Bills have a good core. They'll be aggressive because they're a good franchise, or at least a better run franchise. It's just not going to happen. I'd move a first for Diggs. Yeah, of course I would. But I doubt the Bills would do that. So, in the meantime, trades. We'll talk plenty of those, I'm sure, as the days and weeks and months move on here. Name a player in the comments section who you guys want to trade for. Drop it, player or players, right now. Aaron, what's our pick situation this year? You're going to get I think it's going to be 2 5s and a 6 in the comp pick process. Your first round pick is going to be 27th overall. So late first rounder 26th overall. I forgot about the forfeited pick. 26th overall. My bad. Chris B, losing faith in Dak, needed 20 points, couldn't get it. Pathetic, think he's reached his peak potential. Don't think he can win the big games. Guess go get him some receiver, hope he proves me wrong. Here's what's weird to me. Does last week not count anymore? Is that not a big game? Like, does that just not count? I know the answer is no, it does not count because, well, that team was bad. Even the argument earlier in the argument entering the year was he can't beat above 500 teams. Then it became, well, he can't beat good quarterbacks. And then they beat a good quarterback and they beat a bunch of 500 teams. And it just wasn't a good enough team. The argument just kind of keeps changing. And it will always change until you actually win the whole damn thing, which the goalposts move. That's how it goes. I get all of that. So, yeah, I think you're right, though. Go get some receivers. Do we all feel better if Amari Cooper was on this team? I think a quarterback would have played better, but he didn't play against the Bucs. Also a great defense. Didn't do it against the Niners. That Niners team, I'll say it, they got Dak's number. Like the old Cowboys had the old Packers numbers back in the 90s. Same thing. Maximilian Mearson, do you go for a running back in this draft? I know it's a big if, but I like the idea. Bijan might be there in round 1, but is that a route you want to go? You're investing a lot in running back. That's kind of my concern scenario there. I think you look at the draft. They did not even try to play Malik Davis. They did not try to. So that tells me they're not sold on him long term. Jay Gonzo 11. Just last year, Hurts was out the door in Philly. Now he's an MVP candidate. Keep Dak, get him some playmakers. I mean, imagine this Cowboys team with A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, 2 pretty good backs in Miles Sanders, Kenneth Godwell. Like, yeah, so what I'm saying is that I'm saying that they have playmakers. And I want to give credit to the Eagles there. That's what I'm saying. Now, you're not going to get all those guys, but imagine one more of those with CeeDee Lamb. Wouldn't that be nice? From Jay Smooth, Kellen Moore needs to go ASAP. Most picks for Dak his whole career. I hope next season Dak will be much better. I'm still leaving him. I would be more worried if this wasn't an outlier season for Dak. Remember, historically speaking, entering this year, he had one of the best interception ratios in the entire NFL. You're talking, even for his career, 2% of the throws, which is really awesome play. Way too high this year. If you take away some of the receiver mistakes, that number gets a little bit more in line with some of the previous stats. So I'm not. It has to be fixed. I agree, but I'm not panicking about it quite yet. Gamer mode. What are the odds we go and trade for Diggs? Will be the price of dream, but let me pretend to be happy. I guess I kind of hurt that one earlier. Sorry, gamer mode. Look, call about Lockett. He brings you some speed. Nothing to catch, but he's fast. I'm not going to get my hopes up. Sorry. If he demands a trade, we can have the conversation, but is what it is. Pug Racer, we take Stetson Bennett, day 3. TC running back Miller on day 2. Day 2, I think, might be a little early for Miller. We'll see what Combine and more film study does. Bennett in the 7th, sure. He is a good backup, but I don't think he's going to be a franchise guy, especially at his age and limitations, etc. there. How many more years until Dallas makes a NFC championship game? Dangerous question to ask. Get those votes in for me in the comments. Nick McLean, what is Dak's worth if we trade him? Again, we'll just ignore the money. The money doesn't make sense, but we'll just ignore it. That's fine. We'll ignore it. I think it's at least a first and a second. Like, imagine you're a team like the Jets. Aren't you just giving up everything? Like, you're giving up all your picks. You'll throw in Zach Wilson for free. The Commanders be like, let's do it. We don't have a quarterback. Haven't seen that quarterback in decades. Like, that'd be a lot of teams that would have interest. The Colts might. No, they've kind of gone the quarterback road. They might go full on draft there. But there's a long list of teams that would be like, yeah, let's ride. Tristan Brown, nightmare first round pick for Dallas. I don't know. He's taking like Jeremy says Anthony Richardson. Oh, that'd be dicey. He could be great. He also might just suck. I don't know what he's going to be. Kind of terrifying. I don't know. It's late round one. I'm not going to get too over my skis there. Dwayne Porter, with our 2022 offseason moves, I didn't think we'd get this far. We got to be honest with ourselves. We paid Dak to deliver. Hitting this will hurt him in the negotiations. Well, he delivered last week. Certainly not this week. The problem is, look at those top-paid quarterbacks. Deshaun has never delivered in the NFL for the playoffs. Like, imagine if Dak had blown a 28-3 lead. Oh, my God. We'd all be trying to murder each other. Lamar hasn't yet. Kyler hasn't. And all those guys got paid. That's just the market for these types of quarterbacks. I just think I think it's the Mahomes and Brady, and I think Burrow in that combo too. Yeah, exactly. I said it. Yeah, and he blew leads, right? It's just weird. So I think in general, Jeremy, I think in general the quarterback conversation is so skewed by the Mahomeses and Bradys that it just kind of distorts our expectations a little bit. I'll leave open the vent session a little bit longer, so feel free to slide into my DMs at WhatGoingDowney. The event session will end 48 hours after kickoff. The video will be long out on demand, but that's okay. Hit me up on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney.